Well, guys, here we go again. Excited to be back, where I'm always excited to come back. And I get to meet and be with my girls, my crew, as we are all about women power, women empowerment. So, guess who's always up next and got something always great to give us the 411? We have Ruth Danessa spilling the tea with us. What we got, Ruth?
So here we are, sadly, talking more shootings, random shootings. Heston, Kansas, there were 3 dead and 14 injured. In Kalamazoo, Michigan, this is all last week, 6 killed. And that guy was driving an Uber car in between. He went to 3 different spots, and he killed people. And he was picking up fare in an Uber car in between shootings.
Oh, my God.
And it's just like, and you see how you guys react, because it's no longer a big deal. Like before, it used to be in the front page. It used to be everywhere. Like, again, here we are. This poor. Now it's just like
it's a way of life.
I didn't even know about it. I
Another
didn't even know about it.
And it's crazy. It's just, and even the president said today that we're becoming desensitized to it. And before, it used to be in the front page, and it used to be covered to death, and you knew everything about the person.
But it's happened. It's happening so much that it's like, okay, where is it now?
Do we give it attention? Do we? Because some people do it to go out in infamy and to be famous. Do we give it attention? Do we ignore it? What do we do with it?
What was his reason for doing it?
One of them, he was upset with his wife. He had, she's serving with divorce, and he shot everybody but her, of course.
Really?
Yeah, he went out and shot some people at a restaurant and at a parking lot.
Oh, so he just went out and hit innocent people.
Right.
Really innocent people.
Right.
No.
And the other one was also at work. He was being fired. So he went to work and shot his former coworkers.
But
So
these things happen every day. Like, the question is, why are they
so common now?
shooting? Like, these getting fired, having your wife divorce you, this stuff happens
Right.
all the time. So why are they...
I'm trying to understand the mentality of anger now with adults.
Yeah.
The way they deal with it is so strange.
And a lot of people are so quick to say, "Oh, it's because you have so easy access to guns, such easy access to gun." Sorry about that. So if they didn't have a gun accessible, would they go stabbing? Like, you hear about all the stabbings that's happening in New York also. So would they grab a bat? Did they build a bomb? Are guns too accessible?
No, it's not even about the gun. It's about the person. It's about the mentality and the spirit of the person.
If they didn't have,
He probably had a
access to the
he
gun,
probably had
Guns
a legal
don't kill
gun.
people. People kill people. The issue is the person. It's not the device that they use.
Well, how do you know when somebody? Because you and I can go through the same exact thing and react completely differently to the same exact experience or trauma. So how do you anticipate that? And interesting enough, I was reading the FBI is now tracking people that commit cruelty towards animal, because that's one of the markers.
That's the first signs when they start growing up. Yeah, and then they like use them as target practice, and then they go get a human.
Right, but it's just like, how do you know that Inisa is going to snap and do this and Ruth is not, or vice versa? Like,
There can be signs, and sometimes there's not. And often, how would we know? Like, if you don't know a person personally in that manner, like, I don't know what you're like at home with your family. I don't know what it's like to be with Ruth 24/7. So it could be more on the impossible side to know when you will snap and what you will snap about. And yet there could be signs leading up to that major event.
but even the family that go, we never thought that would happen, or they were such loving family members, and next thing you know, they kill the whole family, or stuff like that. It's just, and I do believe that there's signs, but how do you know somebody from having a bad day and just saying things with having a bad day to someone who's actually going to follow through with this?
I don't think this can be classified as just a bad day.
Yeah, I think this is some kind of snap.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So some people have a bad day, and I will curse you out today because I'm having a bad day, and you just the last straw. But I'm not going to act on it.
I just think people just don't care. Some people just really don't care. I don't think that they really too much think about the consequences. I just think that a lot of people that does things like this just carry this I don't care attitude. Because I be trying to understand, even when people out here and they kill their mate for whatever reason, but they have enough common sense that it's okay for them to still live. I don't understand
And
that.
beg for their life.
Yeah,
I do
it's
wonder-
okay for you to live, but you took someone else's life. If you weren't okay with what your mate was doing, then I don't see why you just don't take your own personal life. So how is it okay you take theirs, but you still want to have yours and be in
I mean,
jail?
if you're gonna kill somebody, do you.
Right.
Don't do somebody
Yeah,
else.
you're in that much pain in your life. Kill
Right.
yourself.
I do wonder if it's a cultural thing because you don't hear this about other country. Is it a cultural thing that we are so spoiled? I do believe that sometimes some people are sheltered and are cuddled, and then when they grow up, they never face any adversity growing up, and then they don't learn how to cope. You know, you have to fall down and get a knee scrab or something, and then you learn how to cope with stuff slowly and gradually. We shelter our kids where they have no consequences and we fix everything for them. And then when they grow up, the slightest thing will set them off and they don't know how to cope. And then they're mad at their mom and they go shoot up the mall.
Right.
I think this is such a big problem that usually big problems, they don't have an on-off switch where there's just one cause or one solution. It's probably so many things. Like last week I was talking about sleep deprivation. Well, sleep deprivation actually makes you do insane things. If there's a sleep problem in America and it's a national health problem, that could be one cause. It could be a culture of violence with all our films that are all, we glorify war and violence.
Oh, the
in
games.
in
The
our
games
film.
are like
the video
that.
games.
So it could be a cultural thing.
Access to guns. I mean, all of these could be pieces in this puzzle. It's not just one thing. You know, it's
We
so
don't have
much
the whole
goes
story.
into it.
And
On that note, we'll be right back. Rated M, and